All right, all right, all right. So we are live right now, and if you guys have any questions, obviously leave in the comments below. I'm going to be going on our iPad for an illustrated view of essentially what I have in my mind right now. And I actually just heard a very interesting quote by Grant Cardone. Obviously, some people like Grant Cardone, other people do not like Grant Cardone. But if you regardless of what you think, he said something very interesting. It's kind of one of those things that maybe I say it or someone else says it, and then after a while you say, huh, actually that makes sense. And this is one of the things that I actually it just really made sense. So essentially, we all want a better life, okay? And this is the thing is that, say you're here. This is your baseline, that's your current baseline, okay? And just want to make sure it's coming up. And you want to get here. And it doesn't matter what it is. This could be a better body, this could be more money, it could be money, it could be a relationship, it could be anything, it could be health. And this is the thing is that this is obviously an upward trajectory. So if you just continue doing what you're doing, and this is obviously going to make sense. This is your current baseline right here. This is obviously where you want to go. So he says something very interesting, and obviously it's completely basic, just like I just said, but the thing is, if you want to be different, you have to do something that's different, okay? You have to do something that's different. If you do the exact same thing, people think that doing the exact same thing is going to be this. No, no, no. When you do the exact same thing, you're doing this. And the reason being is because everyone else is just getting a little bit better over time. This is the normal trajectory right here, okay? This is the expedient trajectory. And the difference, look at that difference, okay? That difference right there is massive. And by the way, this is not after 1 day or 2 weeks or 3 months. This is after 2 to 3 years of doing the same thing, okay? And this is the thing, is this little difference right here, it doesn't look like a lot. And it's not a lot. You're not gonna notice a difference. You know, the difference when it's here is someone lifting maybe 19 pounds over 20 pounds when they're curling, okay? And then over time, that 19 pounds becomes maybe 22 pounds, 22 and a half pounds, maybe 25 pounds, okay? But then when you come over here, someone says, holy cow, dude, you're lifting 30 pounds on your curls. And then boom, 2 to 3 years later, that's maybe 35 pounds or 40 pounds. But nobody sees this. Best person to actually go back to is David Goggins. He talked about this. He said, you're looking at someone who is an ultra marathoner, who has been through 3 hell weeks, who is a Ranger, a Navy SEAL, has done 60 plus ultra marathons, which is more than 1 marathon, okay? So you're running 60 to 100 to 135 miles. That's not easy. Okay, it's easy from the comfort of your house. It's easy to see it when you're dressed in a suit and you're not actually on the treadmill for 50 minutes training for a 24-hour, 36-hour event or 48-hour event, 48 straight hour event. It's easy when you're sitting at home. It's hard when you're starting right there. It's easy when you see someone that's here 2 to 3 years in. So this is the conclusion that I'm getting to right now. You're right here. This is where you want to go, okay? This is if you're on the same trajectory. This is if you improve a little bit. This is where you want to go. You have to do something that is different. You cannot do the same thing and expect change, okay? It sounds so easy, but there's so many areas to then contemplate, okay, so if I want money, am I overspending? Am I not making enough? Do I have too much debt? So if that's the area, you have to take inventory and literally just say, okay, too much debt, I'm spending too much, my interest rate on my credit cards are too high, I'm living above my means, my rent is too much, I'm grabbing coffee when I shouldn't, I'm going out with my friends, I'm overspending at dinner. There's just a whole plethora. Okay, let's go into health. What time am I going to bed? What time am I waking up? What am I eating? How often am I exercising? What's the intensity of that exercise? What's the frequency of that? What's the duration of that? How much water do I have? This is just health. This is just money. Let's go into relationships. A lot of people want relationships. Okay, how good am I as a man? I got a direct message on Instagram, and this guy said, you know, I really like this girl, but we're friends right now. And I think she friended him. Okay, she put him in the friend zone. That's a common occurrence when you're not showing your value to her. Okay, she's just looking at you and she's like, well, you know, I don't see him I see him as a provider instead of as a mate. Okay, that's not good. Maybe it's mutual. Maybe it's not. The biggest thing is, the first thing right here is, who are you as a person? Okay, I've talked about this story all the time. What was his name? Yeah, he has this show out there, and Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey had the two girls on, and they were single, and they're in their late 30s, and they wanted guys, and Steve Harvey, before the show, said, okay, you know, when you come on the show, give me a list of what you want. So before the show, they came up with a list. Both of them had 30-something items, and Steve Harvey gets the list, and he's looking at the list, and he says, okay, a lot of these are actually just incomplete, just dichotomies of each other. They're not even, they don't even make sense. You want a really stable guy, but you want a guy that is extremely unpredictable. That doesn't happen, okay? And they both had millionaire, okay? And it's the exact same thing here. Is Steve Harvey asked this question. He said, okay, great, you both want a millionaire, but does a millionaire want you? Does a millionaire want you? Okay, it's the same thing. Everyone wants to be a millionaire. Everyone wants to have the great body, but are you deserving of that great body, of that relationship? So the first one, and the reason it's so big in dark right here, is, who are you as a person? Okay, I know you're here and you want this type of person. I want a guy that's stable, great, amazing, blah, blah, blah. That's what you want in a guy. For a girl, I want her to be feminine, great family, great education, everything else. But there's this gap, okay? And this gap, unfortunately, is where she is on the dating marketplace and where you are on the dating marketplace. At age 27, it really hit home and said, I want all these girls that are completely out of my league. And the reason they're out of my league is because I haven't worked on myself. Okay? So what I told the guy through the direct message is, work on yourself. Show your value. When you come out of a relationship and you're just completely downtrodden, work on yourself. Go to the gym. Start eating well. Start talking to people that are just playing out of your league. Okay, that could be in business. So number one is work on yourself. A lot of people also, they're not even open to relationships. They're not even putting themselves out there. They're walking around with a sour face. They have headphones in. They don't smile at anyone. They don't talk to anyone, yet they're saying, why am I single? Dude, the reason you're single is because you're not talking to anyone, okay? Yeah, you could swipe left or right. Great, fantastic. Go swipe left or right. See, come back to me in a year. You're gonna be in the exact same place, all right? So you can go down this whole thing. Are you joining any clubs? Are you working on yourself? How good are you when you're actually interacting with people? Can you actually show your value? Are you getting funnier? Are you getting better in not only your wealth and actually accumulating your wealth, but actually showing that you don't need to show off your wealth? A lot of people, they go on Instagram, you know, like a Ty Lopez. He took a selfie video. I was like, yeah, I just like checking in to see if he has anything. I was on his YouTube channel, and the guy has a video at a Knicks game, and it's 45 seconds. It's him, this pretty girl in their courtside seats. Dude, what are you doing? What kind of value is that? He was just trying to show off the girl. It's like, where's that deep insecurity that you have to show this off? That's silly. That's stupid. So go down, and are you deserving of what you want, okay? I know this is extremely basic, but we have to get back to the basics. There's too much shit in our life that you have to weed out, okay? What is not serving you, you have to get rid of. That's people, that's things, that's activities, that's content, that's distractions, that's your cell phone, that's your TV, that's your comfort zone, that's everything, okay? And this isn't quantum leaps. This is just every single day, just a little bit better. And I'm gonna tell you one thing, I already came out with the video. This is the last thing I'll say on it, is you have to trust the process. You have to trust the process. You're not gonna get results. I went live 4 times yesterday, okay? I was showing off a lot of listings that are not on the marketplace. I want to get the listings. I want those owners to be working with me. I have to show them that I am different than other real estate agents. I have to show my personality. I have to show that I'm trying to bring in a buyer. I have to show that I am not only the one to choose, but the one that they're going to be getting into a relationship with me. So the only way to do that is to demonstrate that. Did I get a listing yesterday? No, I did not get a listing yesterday. But I know if I do that enough, if I trust the process of getting in front of enough owners, that shit is going to happen, okay? When shit happens, I then have to bring on people, okay? I have 5, 10, 20, 30, 50-year goals. I will be 50 years older. I will be 10 years older. I will be 5 years old, you know, God willing, you know. Obviously, I stay on planet Earth. I don't die or anything. But this is the thing is, what am I doing to get there? Okay, how am I doing the process every single day? There are things. I'll just give you mine. First one is, so these are the three things, which is prospecting. This is my goals. If I had it up, I would show you my daily plan. But prospecting, approaching, and training. Those are this is my 2019? These are my 2019 goals. Okay, prospecting, which is for business. This is for relationships, and this is obviously for health. Okay, prospecting is outbound every single day. I have my hour of power, I have my deep work, Cal Newport, all about that. Approaching, that's relationships. This is the hardest thing for me because I say, you know, how much value is this bringing into my life? But ultimately, yes, I do want to be going out with someone. I do want consistently to be either working out with someone or some female in my life. And it's just, it's not 100% necessary. This is 100% necessary. I just feel really good about it. This is 100% necessary. But I know that if I leave this vacant, that's just going to be a void, and I don't want that. So what am I doing in each one of these? Prospecting. Very simple. I had to turn my phone on airplane mode. I had to leave it in a drawer. I could not have it around me. I have to make calls from my computer right here. I also have to ensure that no appointments are scheduled during that time. I have to ensure that YouTube is blocked, Instagram is blocked, Facebook is blocked, YouTube is blocked. I have to block everything. I have to get that all out of my way. And then I just have to do it. And that's the thing is that if I prospect 1 or if I prospect 100, I have to prospect. It's about frequency. Approaching. So this is one of the things that I'm going to struggle with. I already know it. You know, I understand that I'm not going to be going out at night. I'm not going to be drinking a lot. You know, it's a totally different lifestyle, and it's not something that I, you know, encouraging myself to do because I know when I go out, I'm hungover and then my training isn't good and blah, blah, blah. So I want to set aside a half an hour every single day before I go to lunch and just go out and just start meeting girls, okay? If I'm on the subway, if I'm waiting online to get food or whatever the case is, just start chatting them up. This is going to be the hardest one. I already know it. You know, but that's the thing is that what am I doing to get from here to here, okay? I have to be going up. I have to do something that is challenging. It's outside my comfort zone, okay? With training, that's easy. I have an accountability coach. She's actually a triathlon coach. So this is easy. The hard part is actually scheduling it in. I have to wake up at 4:30 some days. I have to train when it's 7 p.m. and I don't feel like getting out of a suit and into the pool. That's really hard, okay? That's more mental energy, and then it's physical when I actually start training because this morning my legs were not working, yet I hit PRs, personal records. I hit PRs on the bike. So with all that being said, I'll just leave you with this. And obviously, if you guys have any questions, leave it in the comments below. And here we go. How nice is this? I love technology. Again, if you are here and you want to get to here, it doesn't matter where it is. You have to do something different. If you keep on the same path, this is where you're going to be. If you stop, this is where you're going to go. And this trajectory is time, okay? This is 2 to 3 years out. Look at your friends. Just look at your friends. It's the easiest way. Look at celebrities. Look at anyone. Doesn't matter. Just look at anyone. This is the trajectory of anyone. If you go to the gym, look at older people. Okay, people that are in shape, people that are not in shape. There's a guy got to the gym at 6:15. The guy was there. He's jacked out of his mind. He's probably 65. Jacked out of his mind. He looks like Jack LaLanne. He could probably bench press 225. He could bench press a freaking hotel. He's there every single day, probably from 5:15 to 6:15 or 5:30 to 6:15. Doesn't matter. He's lifting weights every single day, 65 years old. Okay? So this could be 20 years and 30 years. Okay? So if you guys have any questions, leave in the comments below. And as always, if you want any information or anything else, listen, I'm on the same trajectory. My foibles are just like you. There's times that I don't want to go to the gym. There's times that I don't want to approach a girl. There's times I don't want to prospect. There's times that, you know, Saturday, someone texted me about a 10 p.m. dinner. I don't want to do a 10 p.m. dinner, even though I love you. You know, I also want to hang out. You know, it's a balancing act, number one. Number two is that just trust the process. So if you guys have any questions, leave in the comments below. Have an amazing day. And as always, 1% better. Trust the process. And of course, if you want to get better, you